Hey there! Welcome back to another Black Metal Monday. I haven't had done one of these in a really long time, so I figured I'm feeling better, as you can probably tell. I still have a cold, still a little bit of congestion, so turned out to be a cold, I should say. I thought it was allergies. No, full blown cold. Was sick all weekend. Just slept most of the weekend and chilled out and tried to get my voice back and all that stuff. So finally feeling a little bit better today. Figured I'm good enough to at least record this video today. So I've got all vinyl to show today. This is stuff that I've listened to and I can talk through. I have a stack back there. That vinyl back there is a big stack of vinyl that I have not listened to yet. And then there's a ton of CDs back there. I have a lot of music that I need to get through. So this is stuff that I've listened to that I can actually talk through a little bit today, and I'll show off, and some stuff I've been, it's probably going to piss people off. As always, it's black metal. So, but first I wanted to show off, I did receive the new Arcane Archivist. This is issue 4. This came out, I don't know, a month or two ago. Really, really nice zine. I've talked about this on here before, and I'm completely sold on it now, so I'm probably going to always buy it whenever they release a new one. I got number 420 out of 1,000. The pictures on here, the artwork in here, everything is just phenomenal. It's just really, really good quality. It's a really awesome zine, and I'm not a zine person. I've talked about that, but I am now starting to buy them. So there's some awesome interviews in here of bands that I've never listened to before. So of course this is also putting more stuff on my radar to listen to and buy. And then they also do little things like reviews. Like there's a little reviews section in here, which I particularly liked this time around because they talk about a release in here, Moonlight Sorcery, which I fucking love them. And I'm waiting for my vinyl to be shipped. It's pre-ordered. It should be coming soon. They talk about the new Gauls Warden here. So there's a couple things I know in here. But yeah, it's a really, really cool zine. It's just, dedicated only to black metal. Has amazing pictures in here. And it's just, it's a really, really nice, it's a really nice touch that they do. There's a Winterland interview. So some awesome stuff. So I got that. Been enjoying this. I haven't got through all of it yet. I did read through the other zine completely all the way through, so I'm about halfway through this one. But yeah, I love this. I love this zine, and I'm completely sold on it now, and I'm gonna get it every time it releases, and hopefully, it doesn't sell out by the time I buy it. I got lucky the last 2 times, but I know it sells out pretty quick. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started with the music. So I got a little bit of VCLT from Marty Worm. Binder and Records. I put an order in a while ago. So this is a while ago. I've had this for a while, but I'm finally going to show it off and talk about it today. For a Panopticon album, which is not this one, and then a couple of other things that I've already shown off on here. But I hadn't listened to this yet, so I didn't want to talk about it yet. So he threw in a free Panopticon album. So thank you so much, Marty. That blew my mind. I was not expecting that. So he threw in Social Disservices. This is, I don't look. Which album is this, Austin? You have a million of them. I think this is his third full length. Yeah, it came out in 2011, so it's been out for a while. And I will admit, this is probably one of my favorite ones that I've heard so far. I think I've heard about 5 of his albums now, and I own 4. And this one is one of my favorites. So Marty ended up throwing in a good one there. So it's really nice. I'm pretty sure this is a repress because there's like a... It looks like this is like a remixed version from 2016 or something like that. But it's a really cool color, of course. When I opened this, I was really wowed by that. It's like this crystal clear with this awesome white splatter. It sounds amazing. I really, really like this album. I think it's, like I said, it's probably one of my favorites so far. It's very aggressive. It's a very, very emotional album. And he goes into full details about the album and the influences and all the things that were going on while he wrote this, and all of the just suffering and pain pretty much going on, and it's a very, very relatable album to me. I will say there's a lot of things he talks about in here and references in the album and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff that unfortunately I've gone through in my life, or I've had people go through in my life, so it was one of those things that it connected with me right away. It is a very emotional, very aggressive record. There are some very at times slightly melodic periods, a little bit atmospheric, but not a lot, especially not considering his later releases and his newest one. But yeah, so thank you again, Marty. This was fantastic. I love this album. I listened to it again this morning. When I knew I was going to be talking about it, I wanted to be fresh in my mind. So yeah, I love this one, and I do love Kentucky. I think Kentucky came out right after this. I think that one's fantastic. And then I also own On the Subject of Mortality. And I can't remember what the other one is right now, that I still have not listened to yet. I need to do that. So I'm slowly getting through the discography. And if you're not familiar, Panopticon is one man black metal Austin who has been on Marty Worm's channel several times, or maybe once. It might have just been once. And was in Kentucky. And I think now he's in Minnesota. But he also has some travel musicians. And I believe the main guy behind Osekwe has done stuff for Panopticon and stuff like that. So amazing black metal project / band, and that is to talk about this one now. So this is the latest release, And Again Into the Light, that came out last year. Easily one of the best records that came out last year. I was incredibly late to the party on this. I had never heard of Panopticon until I started getting immersed in Marty's channel and figuring out who his record label was and stuff like that. And so this was actually, I think, Decibel's like number 2 or number 1, I don't remember, favorite album. And I listened to it and immediately went over and tried to get it, and it was sold out, of course, but then they did a repress. So this is what this is. This is a repress. I finally got it in the mail. Jesus, I'm having a hard time talking today. So yeah, it's a beautiful repress. It's a really nice gatefold. It's got amazing nature pictures, I guess you could say. And this album is incredible. So it's a lot different than the last one I showed you. This one is got very atmospheric tones to it. It's got an amazing fiddle or violin, whatever you want to call it, which is easily my favorite part of this. It is a very, very thought-provoking record, and it is very, very good. It definitely puts you on a journey, that's for sure. It also comes with this booklet of just nature images, and then in the end there's like some liner notes and the thank yous, and so not as much stuff to read on this one as there was in the last Panopticon. And it's also a double LP, and I don't know if there was more than one color. I just clicked and ordered. It's like this minty green with a blue pinwheel and yellow splatter, so it looks really nice. So amazing album. I almost feel like I don't need to talk about it too much on here, because I'm sure if you're into black metal, and you probably have already listened to this 100 times, or you're already very familiar with it. But again, I was late to the party, so if I had heard this and gotten it a lot sooner last year than when I did, I definitely would have considered that to be my favorite album of the year. It's incredible album. Absolutely love it. So everything from Panopticon that I've heard is completely different from another album. And of course my phone is just blowing up right now. And somebody's texting me. I'm just making sure it's not an emergency. Every album is different. I would say they have their own flair to it. They have their own everything. So it's hard to say like what my favorite album is, because those two albums I just showed are phenomenal. And they're very mood dependent. So if I'm in the mood for like more faster, aggressive black metal, I probably not necessarily would pop this on, because this is, again, quite a dedicated listen. It's got a lot of atmospheric moments. It's got a lot of melodic moments on it. It's a journey. And this one definitely has more of that aggressive black metal sound. So, again, it's definitely more of a mood thing for me when it comes to Panopticon. Like, what am I in the mood for type of music? Because every album so far that I've heard is very different from the other. So, but there's definitely some similarities in there as well. So, but that's what makes him so fucking great, because he does all these things and he does them very, very, very well. Phenomenal musician. So great artist. So that was that. The next thing is, so these last three might be a little bit controversial. Well, I know the last two definitely are going to be controversial, but this one just a little bit depending on who you're talking to. So I was shopping this weekend. I went out to a record store and I picked this up because it was there for $20. This is the new Watain album that just came out like a week ago. The Agony and Ecstasy of Watain. Actually, I think this came out on Friday, so it was only a couple of days ago. $20. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to grab it. So Watain is a very up and down band for me. I like them and then I don't like them. That's the best way I can describe it. I'll be in the mood for them and I'll want to listen to their older records that have been out, you know, the ones that everybody knows, and I really enjoy them. And then I'm kind of just like, I'm good. I don't need to listen to Watain for a while. I'll listen to all the other black metal things I have. This record, however, is probably one that I'll pop on quite a bit. It's a pretty good album. It is fairly different than their last records, I would say. The production is definitely different, but it is all around a very solid black metal album. I know of a couple of people, I've talked to them in private, they weren't big fans of it. They much prefer older records. And, you know, for a band that's been out for a while, that's put out, you know, amazing black metal albums, I'm not surprised by that. However, for me, who is not like this big, huge Watain fan that hasn't, you know, really followed them all that much throughout their years, I think it's a pretty good album. I really enjoy it, and it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful pressing for such a very evil band. I didn't realize the hype sticker said that this was a colored edition. I just bought it, and then when I came home and opened it, I was shocked to see at how amazing this pressing was. My camera unfortunately sucks ass, so it's not getting that finesse as it would in person, but it's a really good album. I really like it. I think it sounds phenomenal. Production is great. Catchy songs. There is a song on the side B. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's got this melodic moment where it just slows down and it's got a woman singing, and it's a very like pretty daunting song, but pretty at the same time. Evil sounding song. It's an incredible song. I can't remember the name of it. I feel like it might be We Remain or Funeral Winter. I remember it is on the second side of the album. So my issue with listening to vinyl is I don't always know what the song name is because I'm not sitting there like following along. A lot of times I'm playing it while I'm doing things, but when I listen to it digitally, obviously I know the song. So I haven't listened to this digitally yet, so I don't know the song names yet, but we'll get there. And it comes with this bifold inner sheet of lyrics and very satanic imagery. It's a very nice pressing. This was on Nuclear Blast, and I think Season of Mist also had a special color variant as well. This was the Nuclear Blast version. The Season of Mist one, I don't remember. I don't even know if it's shipped yet, to be honest with you. So this is probably like the mass-produced record store one that you can probably find anywhere. But it's a really good album. I really enjoy it. Again, it'd be interesting to know what you guys think. Also, I just want to say, in terms of black metal imagery for band pictures, this is probably one of the more better ones that are less cheesy, less ridiculous, just kind of badass looking, but at the same time not as cheesy. I don't know, for whatever reason, I liked it. So the reason why I said this might be controversial is there's rumors, and I don't know, it might be confirmed rumors too, so they wouldn't be rumor, confirmed facts, is that this band is not, the animal rights people really don't like this band, in that they've been known to do horrible things to animals, and I don't know if it's ever been like somebody, like it's ever come out saying like, yeah, it's true and they're guilty of it. The band obviously has denied it recently. I don't know the whole story, but I know that's the controversy around the band, aside from getting concerts canceled because of who they are and not being able to come into the States to tour because there are visa issues, stuff like that. But that's like the controversy around them that I know. Shitty, I don't know. I don't know if it's true, but I don't know. That's just, I recently just learned about that. Again, I am not a huge Watain fan. I don't admit to saying I'm a huge fangirl. So we were talking in a group chat about the newest record, and it came up in conversation. I was like, well, fuck, I already bought the record. But it's good. It's a good record. I like it. So I'm interested to know what you guys think. And then the last two, I debated on showing these because I know there's going to be some people, but at the same time, it's my fucking channel. I'll show what I want. End of story. So there's a story behind this, and I didn't purchase these, so that's what made me feel a little bit better about it. I had a package sent to me. One of my really close friends, who I've been friends with for like 15 years now. He's a huge metalhead. And he also is a collector, mostly more of CDs and tapes. He doesn't buy a whole lot of vinyl, but he bought these, and he got the CDs, and then he thought they were amazing. He's like, Melanie will like this, so as a gift, we buy each other gifts. We do that a lot. He sent them to me, and he is a guy that is very, like, does not care about the bullshit involved with black metal. Like, he doesn't listen to NSBM or anything like that. Like, he'll stray from that. But if there's any sort of, like, sketchiness ties to the band and stuff like that, he doesn't really follow it, doesn't care less, separates the art from the artist, stuff like that. In that regard, if the music isn't promoting the hate or anything like that, then he pretty much is like, whatever, I like it, it's good. And that's totally fine. I have a lot of friends that are like that. I choose not to, shame them. And admittedly, you could do that with a lot of death metal bands too. Like, death metal is not perfect. Let me tell you, there are some scumbags in the scene. So I got these, and I opened the box, and I was like, son of a bitch, because I knew right away the label that they were on. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be grateful. I'm not going to write this like, hey, man, I can't accept this because fuck this label. But they're both amazing albums. And I was like, God damn it, I love these albums so much. They're probably fucking scumbags. I don't know. I did a little bit of Google searching before I made this video to find out, and the only thing that I really was able to find is like, well, it's just because they're on Werewolf Records. So naturally, guilty by association, they're on Werewolf Records, and Werewolf or Lori is his name, has been known to host the NSBM bands like Goat Moon, who is NSBM, guys. Like, maybe not recently, but if you go, it's a quick 10-minute Google search, you'll see the Nazi swastikas and shit on some of his older EPs and stuff like that. And that's the guy, Satanic War Master, that owns the label. I'm not very familiar with Satanic War Master music. I can honestly say I've never actually listened to it. I don't know any of his albums. Like, I've seen them a lot on collectors' YouTubes and stuff like that. I know people think they're fantastic, or his music is fantastic in regards to black metal. And some of them are considered one of the best black metal albums, in recent times or whatever else. I know there's a split that Satanic War Master did with Archgoat, and I absolutely love Archgoat, and I know there's some sketchiness tied to them, and that, again, is something that I recently, learned about, and unfortunately, that is black metal, unfortunately. I mean, not all black metal, obviously. It's obviously easy to stray away from that and listen to the bands that are outright saying no, but whatever. Anyway, he sent me the new War Moon Lord Battle Spells record, and let me just tell you, yes, it's a Werewolf Records release, so people are gonna jump down my neck, I'm sure. But again, I did not buy this. It was a gift. It was some VCLT, whatever you want to call it, even though he doesn't have a YouTube channel or anything like that. And God damn, this is a good album. Like, this has been the only thing, with the exception of a few other albums that have come out recently, that I have been listening to nonstop. And I feel incredibly guilty about it, because for me personally, pretty cringe with some of the stuff that Werewolf himself have said online. I've seen in comments, and just downright being a troll, I guess you could say. So obviously, that's all I'm going to say. But it comes on this silver vinyl with red splatter. But this record is phenomenal. And this is pretty much everything that I love about black metal on one record. Every single song is a chef's kiss, just so good. And yeah, so very high praise. I would be a lot happier maybe if it was on a different label, just for the fact of controversy. But I know this is his second release. There was one previously to this, Lord. I can't read this text. Couldn't even tell you what his name is. But I'm reading is hard when it's in this type of text. Anyway, and I've heard his music before. I didn't realize he was on Werewolf. I actually was hunting for his first one not that long ago, and it's quite different than this. This is very well produced, less the raw black metal sound, just aggressive vocals, really, really great atmospheric moments, and just a little bit of like that synthy, dungeon synthy moments. God, I'm trying to think of what I want to say here. But yeah, it's a really great album. Why does it have to be on Werewolf Records? So, again, I really was blown away by it. I think it's phenomenal. I posted it on Instagram. I was like, I've been listening to this, no shame. I love it. Just like that Ymir album that came out last year, that was another great one, and I did not know it was on Werewolf Records when I bought it because I got it off of Bandcamp and it didn't say that, but it's amazing. And then the second one is that I just wasn't going to talk about, and then I heard it and I was like, oh my god, this album just ripped my fucking face off. I don't know if they're sketchy or not. I looked a little bit. I don't know if they're big fascist Nazi guys. I don't know. But is this Morgul album, Nightmare Lord? I've never heard this band before. Never even knew who these guys were. I know they have some other stuff out. This is their first full length, I think. Actually, I don't even know where these guys are from. Probably should have looked that up. Let's look up, where's Morgul from? Are they from the U.S.? I don't think so, just by the sound. They're from Finland, of course. Of course, that's where Werewolf is from, and I think these guys might be too. I'm pretty sure War Moon Lord is too. So this is amazing Finnish black metal, which is generally, yeah, they're both from Finland. So two amazing Finnish black metal albums. This one fucking rips your face off. This is their second, no, Jesus Christ, that's War Moon Lord. This is their first full length. They've had EPs and demos and stuff like that out before. I've never heard anything until this. This came out last year. Never heard it. Didn't know anything about it. Saw the album cover and thought, that is a death metal album. I mean, look at it. It looks like a death metal album. No, it is very black metal. It is very in your face, rip your face off black metal. It is aggressive and it is so good. So many good riffs. They have the cringe pictures on the back. I mean, one of them's name is Crusher. Pure Chainsaw Execution. And then another one is Lord Warmoon. Wait, is this the same guy? Maybe. I don't know. We're not going to sit here and figure this out. Anyway, fucking good. I don't know if you've heard it. It's amazing. I know Canyon Bickle just posted this on Instagram and was like, that looks like a death metal cover. Not realizing that I had it sitting in a pile that I need to listen to. So it's this like gold with black splatter. Sounds great. It's just a really great album. Unfortunately, the two things that I've been listening to, actually Ymir too, the last three releases have been Werewolf, have just been stuff that I really, really enjoy. It's really what I like about black metal. There's a nice gatefold of some more imagery of blood and spikes and fire and middle fingers. So yeah, I know it's going to come out and be like, you're going to start buying Werewolf, whatever. You know what? No, probably not. I'm pretty good and easy about, staying away from stuff and not putting my money towards things, at least now. It's something that, I just don't do, but I'm not going to shame people at the same time. Obviously, like Magua has some ties because they were with Miko Aspa, and that guy's a fucking dick, I guess. And I have all of their albums. Just never shown them on here. I mean, you could even say that about Behemoth, just because Nurgle is such a troll, and he's been known to show the Nazi imagery in a troll thing, and I think, didn't he, dress as Hitler for Halloween a couple years ago or something like that? So, I don't know. It's just, unfortunately, that's the shit that you deal with in extreme metal music, and like I said, there's plenty of it in death metal. It's just not as publicized at the moment, because, for whatever reason, black metal's in the spotlight lately, within the last several years. I mean, Antifa shutting down concerts and all the stuff that's been going on in the news, so it's just an easy scapegoat. But there's a lot of shit everywhere let me tell you, death metal has some shit. I mean, it's pretty minor, but Chris Barnes is no saint. I mean, the guy's kind of got some screws loose, and I mean, I don't know, he's not some Nazi crazy ass, but it's been known like Jeff Hanneman had a Nazi obsession, and he's a Slayer. Obviously, if you didn't fucking know that, my God, don't watch my channel anymore. Stuff like that. I mean, wasn't Lemmy from Motorhead, again, if you didn't know that, why are you watching this channel? Wasn't he like obsessed with stuff like that too? So I don't know. I don't know. I guess there's a difference between obsessed and collecting things versus actually believing in the ideology. But again, grasping at straws here. So yeah, those records are fantastic. So thank you to my friend Kylie, who again just whatever sent it to me, and that was very nice. And I just sent the package back to him of a lot of things. I have a lot of things that doubles. I've been buying a lot of records and then buying like the CDs and tapes too, and then later on thinking to myself, like, why do I need them on more than one format? This is ridiculous. So I've been selling off a lot of that stuff too, because it just got ridiculous. Like my tape collection got so ridiculous to the point of where like I desperately need a tape rack, and I'm waiting on one to be made. It's been almost a year now. So there are a lot of them are just living in boxes right now. Actually, you can't see on camera, but off to the side here, I have about 3 boxes of tapes, unfortunately. And when I want to listen to them, I have to like dig through a box. It's so goddamn annoying. So yeah, and then my CD tower is about to be full. Fuck. Collecting. That's the problem with collecting, is that there's just not enough space. And then back here, my shelf is almost full, and then I got this extra one here that is not full yet, so I've got, you know, a lovely four shelves that I can fill with vinyl. So I feel like it's like basically a competition, like a hey, you've got shelf space, buy as much vinyl as you can. It's so stupid. But I have been buying a lot of black metal, so I've got a lot of stuff coming in, so these videos will be coming probably more frequently. But yeah, that is all that I have today, guys. Be interested to know what you guys think about a lot of these things I've talked about today. Again, don't chastise me about the Werewolf Records thing. I really liked the music, and that's what I wanted to talk about. I thought they were fantastic. And like those 2 albums fucking blew me away. And I've been listening to them nonstop ever since. So again, good music is good music. No matter what you want to say, you can say you don't like it, but if you really like it, then just fucking tell people you like it. Like, who cares? You know, like, whatever. Move on with your life. Anyway, if they're shitheads, I'm sure somebody will tell me. And don't just tell me because they're on Werewolf Records. Like, yeah, I get it. We get it. We know who Werewolf is. All right. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.